What's up, everybody? Look like I've been at a Rick James party. TJ, Elko, Rusty Metal. We're gonna mix up a little bit of filler. Let me show you what I got going on. So, I got a little bit of, y'all see that right there? So, y'all see that discoloration? I got a low spot right there. You see that right there? I got a low spot right there. I got a low spot right there. I got a pinhole. I got some pinholes right there. I got a pinhole right there. Let's see. I think that's about it. I'm not sure. Oh yeah. I got a pinhole right there. I think that's this song gun right, but this song throw me on the ground. What? Yeah, so I'm not really worried about these right yet. I mean, I can feel them. But what I'm worried about, I ain't worried about it. I'm about to fix it. Oh yeah. If I feel something cold and I look up, it's the floor. Yeah, Yeah, there ain't nobody gonna come help me. That's for sure. So right here is where I took the pencil. So right there and right here, I got a little low spot right there. And then you can't see it, but you can see that. That is the guide coat. So if I rub my hand across it, it's a little ding right there for whatever reason. So I got the pencil mark, and the reason why I got the pencil mark is because I'm going to take some 80 and I'm gonna tooth it. So just right here, I'm gonna put filler. So I'm gonna take this 80 So when I put my filler down, California guide coat. Now I got guide coat right there. So now since I give it some tooth, when I mix up my filler, I know I got a good tooth. Right here, same thing. And right here. Now I know I said yesterday don't do a circle motion, but that's in final sand. I'm going to put filler over that, so it don't really matter. I think that's it. 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 Now, I'm gonna go over here and mix up a little bit of filler. And we're gonna go over there and we're gonna skim it. So I'm not gonna mix up a lot of filler. I mean, I'm gonna mix some up, but it'll probably be more than I need. Let me wipe that off. So I'm going to wipe them spots off with wax and grease remover. Like I said, I'm going to wipe these off with wax and grease remover. So they can dust. What I did is I just walked over there, put a little bit of wax and grease remover on a piece of toilet paper and just wiped it off. And go from there. In the 80s, guys taught me a guide coat. In the 80s, guys taught me that guide coat said it was from Cali. We painted with lacquers. Well, you telling your age there, big dog. If you painted with lacquer, you're telling your age. That's for sure. I just call it guide coat. Just call it guide coat. But yeah. All right. So with your hardener, you need to knead your hardener. Well, Bill, if you're new to the channel, buddy, hit that subscribe button. We'd greatly appreciate it. We talk about all kinds of stuff on here other than politics. We don't talk politics. I mean, hell, this morning we talked about 45 minutes on how to make mashed potatoes. Come on now. So that's all the filler that I got. I got it on my scale. Yes, my scale. I weigh my filler out. It is 2% per 2% hardener per weight of the filler. So if you put it in grams, you weigh your filler, you tare, T-A-R-E, your mixing board. This is a piece of Lexan. Get your hardener all kneaded up. I'm 60. I'm 60, done body work for 17 years. Well, that's cool. I'm 47, and I've been doing it for 30 years. Put a little bit of hardening on now. Hey, it's possible. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put some tape down. I forgot to put some tape down. Yeah, I forgot to put some tape down. I forgot to put some tape down. Are you all right, TJ? Did you fall down? TJ, you all right? Knowing me, I might walk outside, slip in the mud puddle, and that's right. TJ, what are you talking about? Need a class on how to properly sand it down. My Bondos, those spots are still afloat. All right, so let me ask you a question, Keith B. Bondo is a brand, so are you using Bondo brand? Are you using 3M brand? Are you using Evercoat? What? All right, let me show you how to clean this right quick. Wax and grease remover. Wax and grease remover. Rag or a cloth. If you use wax and grease remover, you don't destroy your putty spreader. If you use thinner, thinner makes the plastic soft and it loses its backbone. It's all clean. Yes, you're supposed to use guide coat on body filler. My question to you, you said, I need a class on how to properly sand it down. My Bondo low spots are still low. I block it till I felt flat, let it shrink for a day. My question to you is, are you using Bondo, the brand, or are you using, like, see, look. Bondo is a brand. 3M is a brand. Evercoat is a brand. Oh, the brand Bondo. Okay, got you. Yeah. Well, different body fillers shrink different. All right. So with that being said, some are less superior than others. Some are better than others. Some are just priced through the roof and they're no better than the other one. So you have to kind of figure out where you're at. So with Bondo, the brand, I mean, it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent stuff. We'll let that dry. It's pretty decent stuff. I'm gonna have to go wash my face. It's pretty decent stuff. So the problem with chasing a low spot, right? Spy and Hector, they make good stuff. I'm a PPG Platinum shop, so but I've sprayed it all: BSF, Glazerus, Global, PPG, Sherwin-Williams, Tamco, House of Colors. I mean, but if you want to know what I use exclusively, 99.9% of the time, it's PPG. So back to the body filler. So if you feel like that spot right there was a low spot, because you could see that in the guide coat, I had a low spot because it was still dark. So I sanded that low spot with 80 grit so I could have tooth when I spread the filler, right? When I spread the filler over that, my first swipe of body filler is my like grab coat or tack coat or whatever you want to call it, right? So that is the first coat. And then when I'm gonna show you on this box. So my first coat is like that. So I'm kind of putting pressure on it to give it that grab, that top grab, right? That control coat. My second coat, I start out heavy, like pushing pressure, but then I let up off of it, right? Think about a motor grader, right? Think about grading. Think about it like this. Think about if you were leveling out your driveway, right? So if I want to move this dirt on the driveway, and I do that right there, you see I moved the dirt, right? Right? See, I moved the dirt. Now I want to move the dirt. You see that? You see what I just did? When you go to your body filler and your first coat is your grab coat, right? Well, I put pressure on that, right? Well, I still put body filler down. But look what I did. I pushed all the body filler to the end, right? And then you grab your body filler, right? My second coat, I grab it heavy, but then look, I swiped it, but look, you can still see the dirt, right? What I'm doing is that first coat is my first grab coat, my sticky coat, right? Right? Then I still got filler. I get some more filler, and then when I come back from my second coat, I got a bunch of filler on here, and then I go to pull it across my low spot. Let's say this was my low spot, right? So that was my low spot. And then I get it like this right here, and then I'm gonna pull my first coat, I pull over my low spot, right? Now I know my low spot's right there, okay? So my second coat, when I come across it, I got all this filler built up on my spreader, and then when I come across it, the second coat, I'm not so sharp on my spreader. I kick my spreader down and I don't have a lot of pressure on it. So it's kind of floating across it, right? And then I come back, right? I still have filler here, but I have filler there. So what you're doing is you're gradually building it up. And then I come back with my third coat, and then I do the exact same thing, and I lightly just drag it across, and then you swipe the edges, you clean your edges up. So what you're doing, you do the first coat, which is the grab coat. The second coat, you're slowly building it up, and you're slowly building it up, and you're slowly building it up. What happens, I've seen people have a low spot, and then they put their filler on, right? They put their filler on, and then they go, well, I got my, and I'm not saying that you're doing this. I'm just saying I've seen this in the past, being an instructor. You just swipe, and swipe, and swipe, and you're like, well, I got the filler on there, and then they go to block it, and then guess what? They still got the dent. They still got the low spot. Well, the problem is you didn't put no filler on there, and you're like, man, I mixed all this filler up, and you throw it in the trash. The whole purpose of filler, is to fill the void. Right? Is to fill the void. All right? Right? To fill the void. Yeah, you're right, square body. Wrist, work, and pressure. Right? So if you're pulling across this, this low spot and you're putting this pressure, what you're doing, I know this is over dramatic. What you're doing is you're just squeezing that filler out, and you're not really building it up. It just looks like you build it up. It looks like I build it up, but once you go to sand, you got a good channel, but I'm looking for women. Well, I don't know why you're on YouTube looking for women, because yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, we was just talking about this last night in Tulu's Live. People on social media looking for women through the social media, when you need to be out in the public, walking around, talking to women, spitting that game, finding them, socially interacting with them, talking to them, because, but that's a whole nother subject. But anyways, go watch Tulu's Live on game and picking up women, how men talk to women, and, But anyways, back to what we came here for. So if you, like Square Body says, you're adding pressure, right? It's wrist control and pressure. So if I'm squeezing, what I'm doing is when I squeeze, I still got a dent, but I'm not putting no filler there. Even though I'm covering it, I'm still not putting no filler. So basically, if I got a dent right here and I do my first grab coat, and then I come back with my wrist and work my wrist, and I change this thing down like this, and I gradually crawl across it, and I know this low spot is right here. So when you get about this far from the low spot, you let up on the pressure and change your angle down and swipe across it. And then what you're doing each time is you're slowly building up the filler over the hole. Right? Right? You're slowly building up the filler. Right? So, and what you want to do is, if you got a low spot, right? You got a low spot. Y'all see that, right? You got a low spot. What you want to do is you want to slowly, you don't want to build it up like that, because that's not how you want to do it. You want to slowly, gradually build up the filler like a mound, right? And that's what I did on this, right? I knew the low spot. Oh, that's ready to get on. I knew the low spot. Yeah, that's ready. The low spot was right here. It was right here was the low spot. But you see how far I brought this filler out. I brought a tight coat here, and then I slowly done this, and I built it up because I want it to be raised up here. I want more filler than I need here, so when I go to block it out, it blocks out flat. Let me see what that does. Oh yeah, we ready. So I thought it was Velveeta. No, it ain't Velveeta. It's plastic. It's plastic. Boss, the plane. Fuck the plane, what up? Ooh, boy, I tell you what, it's hot up in here. Yeah, I guess so, 88 degrees. Let's turn on some fans. So, that's where we're at. Keith, I did that. Do you have to sand between coats? I put way too much and tried to get the first coat off. It was a pile. Hey, Keith, it takes practice, and practice. What was your question? Do I have to sand it between coats? Yes, you have to sand it in between coats. Yes. Y'all seen that, right? Y'all seen that I hit that 3? Y'all seen it, right? Y'all seen it, didn't you? Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. I've been here all week. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I gotta get a block. 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 It's not a billy stick. It's a linear block thingy. So this is 180. Damn, my battery already crucial. That means I'm gonna have to do less talking, more working. Some people would probably start out with 80 grit. I'm not starting out. 80's too rough. 80's too rough. I'm not starting out with 80, but I am going to start out with 180. You know what? You know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something different. I am going to... So what do you think about the solution for the 6.2 liter? I don't have no comments on that. I mean, I don't have all the information on that, so I cannot comment or speculate on that at this moment. So most of everybody out there will be using a billy stick, damn it. Should go one step further. Not the billy stick. Let me go get my stool. Now we're cooking with gas. TJ, I have to explain that to you. That is a sanding war between Bondo Billy and Big Kid Blocks. Yeah, I don't have no dog in that fight, but we think it's funny. We think it's funny. Billy, yeah, TJ can explain it. Oh yeah, he's Mike's people. And then after I do this, I'll spray some epoxy over this, and then I'll block it again. Now once all the black's gone, you know it's flat. All right. Now once I spot prime this, it'll be good to go. What's up, buddy? What's up, Jesse? What's up, Jesse? Yeah, that's done. That's done right there. Then I'll spot prime it. I'll put about 3 coats of primer on that, let that flash off, and then I'll block it again, and then I'll block it with 220, 320, and it should be good. Should be good. What's up, Ray? You just want to sand your filler and just a little bit of edge. You see that right there where I'm kind of getting through the dark gray or light gray into the dark gray? You just want to kind of get if you can catch it with your nail, you need to get it. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, boys and girls. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We're like 200, I think we're like 200 away from 4,000 subscribers. Man, it'd be great. I mean, it don't cost a dime, man, to hit that subscribe button. I mean, it's not gonna hurt nobody. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna cost you no money. It's not going to inflict no pain. To give the channel some support, I would greatly appreciate it. It will not go unwarranted, I promise you. I promise you. So what I'm doing is this is 180. I'm just doing the filler, right? To get the filler, so you can catch that with your nail. And I don't have no nails. See that? If you can catch it with your nail, you can see it, right? So you want to feather edge the edges out, right? You want to feather edge the edges out. And then see that right there? That's not flat because you can see the guide coat, right? So once the guide coat is completely one color, or once the filler is one color and there's no guide coat, everything, the filler is flat all the way across, then it's flat. Then I'll come back and I'll spot prime it. 3 or 4 good coats of spot primer, or actually it'll be epoxy. That's all I use is epoxy. I'll let that flash out a little bit, and then I'll guide coat it, and I'll block it again with 220 and 320 and see what we got. Like I say, if you hadn't hit the subscribe button, man, hit it. I mean, it's not going to cost you nothing. And if you come to the channel more than 2 times, you definitely need to hit the subscribe button. And Pala J, I think I'm going to go to Walmart and get me a quart of buttermilk, juice, buttermilk, just for you, my man. I think go get me some buttermilk. Yeah, man, come on over to the dark side. Yes, sir. How do you paint a car off the grid? I don't understand that question. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just sanding the windshield jamb. Since I got that fixed, that's ready for primer. Now I'm gonna do the windshield jamb. Where we at? 48 minutes. Like I said, man, I appreciate every single one of you tapping in. So just trying to get some of this stuff done, sanded. It's been raining all day. It's been raining off and on. I guess the concrete guys ain't gonna come back this week because it ain't stopped raining. So maybe next week. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go redo my mess up a little bit. Hey, it's okay, Keith. We all gotta start somewhere, man. It's gonna rain here tonight and tomorrow and Saturday. Yes, it's supposed to get rough tomorrow. Let me see if I can turn this thing a little bit. It's supposed to get rough tomorrow. Like, let me go turn these fans off. I can't stand talking. It's supposed to get rough tomorrow. They said high winds, possible hail. Like I said, it's supposed to get rough tomorrow. High winds, hail, stuff like that. But one thing about it, I live like in a bowl. So where I live in a holler. Y'all know what a holler is? I live in a holler. So I live in a holler. So I'm down a little bit, so kind of works out pretty good. Since I'm down in the holler, so works out pretty good, pretty decent, So like I say, I'm doing the window jams or the windshield channel, doing all this. I'll spray a little spot primer here later on, not now, but after I get all this done, because I might need some more, and if I need some spot primer over there, I don't want to do it one time. I'll put some high build right here, or epoxy, 2K epoxy. Let that set, and then I'll come back and block that out, and then just kind of see where we're at. And I need to go get the doors out of storage, put the doors on, make sure the door's good, everything. Go ahead and sand them. They've been body worked, but go ahead and sand them. And I might just paint, I thought about it, I might just paint the cab and the doors all at one time. So I might get the doors on here, get them adjusted, get them where they needed to go, and then tape up the truck really, really good, and then just paint the whole cab, doors, and all one session. Just paint everything in one session. I need to get my rotisserie out of the storage and put the bed on the rotisserie so I can paint it top and bottom. Let's see. I'll catch up with cars. Yeah, so hold on a second. What did I say? Oh. But let me get this sanded, and then when I get ready to get off here, I'll show you the bed. But I tell you what, man, you turn them fans off, the air just stops. I mean, stops. Oh yeah, Whataburger's real. Yeah, that's a real place. This right here is what gets a lot of people to stop. I think Tulu said it the other day. He said he ain't doing no body work. He ain't doing no body work. So when somebody tells me that they getting their car painted for $2,000, $3,000. Oh yeah, man, I'm getting a whole paint job for $3,000. Yeah. Let me see if I can move this camera up so I can kind of see. All right, hold on a second. What kind of gas engine air compressor can I use? You need an air compressor, bad 66 Chevelle. You need an air compressor that produces at least 18 CFM at 90. You need to find a compressor that produces at least 15 or 16 CFM at 90 PSI. Let's see. That's whatever. I literally tore a 351 apart in the river. It ran, flooded, so I take it apart. Yeah, so let me plug my phone up right quick. So, like I said, I'm again, I'm not kicking nobody. I'm just saying, when people tell me, I'm getting my car painted for $2,500 and that's everything. That's body work, metal work, paint work, and everything. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right then. Don't bother me one way or the other. I just don't see how they do it. Metal Art Customs was talking about earlier. There's a guy on YouTube that's painting cars single stage, $900, whole cars, $900. $900. Hold on a second. Son of a gun. We fell down again. Hold on a second. I was trying to get to the comments. I seen a question. Okay. Bad 66 Chevelle, you've asked this question and I've answered you, buddy. I don't know if you've seen the comment or not. If you're using a HVLP air paint gun, which is high volume, low pressure, you need a compressor. I don't care if it has a 10,000 gallon tank. You need an air compressor that can produce 15 PSI CFM, which means cubic feet a minute, at 90 PSI. If you can find a compressor that produces 15 CFM at 90 PSI and has at least a 60-gallon tank, you'll be fine. I don't care if it's gas, solar, water, magic, whatever. A paint gun eats about, a Harbor Freight gun is very uncompliant, meaning they eat a lot of air, 14, 18, 20 CFM. My little Awada LPH 80, it eats 14 CFM. It needs 14 CFM to work at 28 PSI. So the compressor has to produce 15 CFM at 90. Think about it like this. If you spend $15 a day, and you spend $15 a day out of your checking account, and you're only putting $8 in every day, you're going in the hole every day. It ain't gonna keep up. It ain't gonna keep up. So, hope that answers your question. Hold on a second. What if I turn a V8 engine into a self-running air compressor, a small block Chevy? I've seen it done with a foreign turn into. Again, you can turn a spaceship into an air compressor. Again, if you know look, when you're trying to figure out an equation, when you're trying to figure out an answer on something, if you know 2 of the 3 things of the problem, you can solve it, okay? An air gun, a paint gun, takes 14 CFM at 35 PSI to operate. An air compressor, you have to have it produces 15 CFM at 90. That's 2 equations. It's gonna eat 13 CF or 14 CFM at 35 PSI. This compressor that I needs to produce 15 CFM at 90. Then the third answer to that problem is you build whatever you want to build to produce those numbers. You're winning. I like thinking outside the box. Well, that's okay. Sounds like to me, account always negative. Sounds like to me, account always negative. I'm not negative, man. I'm not negative. Dude, I am the most positive person I am the most positive person on the internet. I promise you. You are taking it personal. You asked me, what kind of compressor do I need to run an HVL paint gun? That was your question. My answer to you was a HVLP, high volume, low pressure paint gun consumes 14 CFM at 35 PSI. So if I hook this paint gun, all right, let me show you something. You see this DA right here? This DA right here consumes 18 CFM at 90 PSI. This DA eats 18 CFM at 90 PSI. For me to feed this DA, I have to have a compressor that can be greater to or equal to what this son of a gun eats. So my compressor is a 37 CFM at 90 is what my compressor is. I can feed this. So my answer, I wasn't being negative to you, man. Don't get twisted. Don't get all up in your feelings. You took it that way. That's on you. That's not on me. You asked me a question. I give you an answer. You didn't like the answer. You thought I was being negative. That's on you, baby. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I give you the numbers. You do whatever you want to with it. I do this for a living. I do this for a living. I don't do this for a hobby. I don't do this in my mama's garage. I don't do this on here. This is my livelihood. I get on YouTube to kick it with my homies, kick it with my buddies, to meet new people, to help somebody. Hell, we was talking about making mashed potatoes earlier. Mashed potatoes and gumbo. I mean, come on, man. I'm not negative. I'm full of life, baby. JG, he was replying to an account negative statement. Okay, well then, if an apology is warranted, I'm giving it. Let's see. We use solder jets. Yeah, I got sodas. I got sodas or waters. All right, let's see. Who is this dude? A painter or a mechanic? Cars in the Cut. Tell him who I am. Cars in the Cut. Tell Built Auto Repair Mobile who I be. Gumbo. What y'all talking about, gumbo? Oh yeah, we were talking. Yeah, Terry, we were talking about gumbo. There's a potential client that wants me to come to South Louisiana to pick up a square body, and I was telling all my buddies, hey, we just do a road trip, and I swing through Georgia, pick up Elko, pick up whoever want to ride, and we just ride all the way to South Louisiana to pick up the truck, and on the way, we'll make memories, go get some gumbo, go get some crawfish crawl, go get some daggone crab cakes, go eat some gumbo, eat some daggone Cajun bull. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Elka been driving? Yeah, okay, hold on. I'm from New Orleans. Oh, we got Terry. I know who you are. You know who he is. You know who I am. You don't know. How do you know me? Terry, I'm from New Orleans. I know all about gumbo. I'm just stopping by. Hey, well, Terry, welcome to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. So you from New Orleans? So there's a potential client that called me the other day, and he's got a vehicle, and he lives like in South Louisiana or something. And we was just bullshitting this morning. We was kicking it, and I was like, man, if I go get this, man, we got to make a road trip. We got to go make a road trip, man. We got to get some fish crawl, gumbo. We got to get all that. Chicken feet. Yeah, we talked about eating chicken feet, hog jows, chitlins. We talked about making cornbread with sugar and then Jiffy Mix. And I want y'all to know that I got like 15 text messages from people saying, man, if you make cornbread with Jiffy Mix, you are banned from making cornbread. What time is it over there? Let's see. Oh, we was talking about eating chicken feet at the Rooster Club. Lord have mercy. Yeah, so Terry, hit that subscribe button, buddy. Appreciate you. We talk about, is it a true use a flat top piston? Is it true if you use a flat top piston, it's technically more PSI pressure versus if you use a dish piston, would it be similar to how you would build your own compressor? Well, if you have an engine, a small block Chevrolet, and you have flat top pistons in it, and it's completely brand new, it's going to make about 100, anywhere from 100 to 140 PSI of compression per cylinder. So if you, let's make it even. So if you had 100 PSI per cylinder times 8, so that's 100 times 8, that's 800 PSI in theory. I'm just throwing out numbers. In theory, that's 800 PSI. Well, you have to take that air, which is exhaust, which is fuel, which has oil, and you have to somehow make it be filtered, therefore you can go through there. I can tell you an easier way how to do it. You can take an engine with an AC compressor. I done this on my Jeep. I took my Jeep and I turned off the air conditioner. I took an AC compressor. I modified the AC compressor and turned it into a compressor, and it would pump air. I'll tell you something else you could do. If you got an engine, you could buy a belt-driven air compressor that they put on Chevrolet military trucks. You can Google this, okay? All right, let me get right here. You can Google this. Belt-driven air compressors for vehicles. They're about this tall, about this wide, about what they big. A lot of guys put them on their vehicles when they run an air ride so they don't have to run air compressors and run voltage to run air compressors. They use a belt-driven air compressor. You can buy a belt-driven air compressor, bolt it to a small block, a straight 6, a 235, whatever you want to put it to. You could put it to a PTO of a tractor, or you could put it to you could probably modify it to put it on a PTO for a lawnmower. Man, we can go all the way down this rabbit hole. Whatever you got to do to spin that pulley on that air compressor, and that son of a gun will make 300 PSI. 300 PSI. But I don't know what the CFM is. It makes 300 PSI pressure. So you would still have to figure out how much PSI, how much CFM, that little-bitty air compressor, belt-driven air compressor that you're using. Just like every tractor trailer on the planet has a belt-driven air compressor to run the air brakes, the air solenoids, and all that stuff. You could get something off a big Caterpillar or something like that, and you could hook it up to a belt-driven. You can do whatever, but you still, at the end of the day, you're still going to have to figure out what the CFM that son of a gun is producing to make sure it can keep up what you want to do. It doesn't matter if it pumped 1,000 PSI. If it's only pumping 1,000 PSI at 2 pounds, you're not going to keep up with the paint gun. You see what I'm saying? I'm answering his question. Yeah, I'm answering Bad 66 Chevelle's question. So yeah, you can do whatever you want to do, 66 Chevelle. You can do whatever you want to. Hell, John Buchanan's on here. Where's he at? Buchanan's Auto Sale. Hey, 66 Chevelle. Where you at? He didn't delete his comment, did he? No. Bad 66 Chevelle. Right there's the man you need to talk to right there. Buchanan's Auto Sale. Buchanan's Auto Sale is right there. You see that? Buchanan's Auto Sale. Look here, I'm going to pin it. I'm going to pin it so you can see it. Hold on. Pin the message. You see that right there? John, you see Buchanan's Auto Sale? He's probably got a vehicle over there at his salvage yard that's got a belt-driven air compressor on it. Just saying. Does the blower motor, like on a race engine, increase the CFM attached? See, I told you John's got one. John's Buchanan's Auto Sale. Over there in Sanford on Broadway. See? There you go. We help somebody. Hey, John, I've been talking to David. Ooh, I got to turn a fan on for us. body shop sucks with no fans. Oh, I got them. I got them. I just turn them off because they're loud. I got them, Terry, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, if you ain't got no moving air, man, you be like, yeah, I got fans. I got them turned off because they loud, and I don't like talking over them. So it's all good. It's all good. Why the big engines over in USA? Big engines here, 3-liter V6, everything. So. I am not your father. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I talked to David today. Well, I talked to him via text. I sent him some videos for some reference. So I told him just as soon as the hydraulic stuff gets here, all the cups and the power balls and the valves. I told him once the hydraulics get here, with the cups and the plates and all that stuff, I would call him and make an appointment, and then I'd ride over and see him, and then we can get together on. We got some ideas on making a sick chain bridge, sick chain bridge. So I'm excited to see what we come up with on that. I am working on a 67 C10 pickup truck. Man, that thing done moved again. I'm sanding the window channel. I got this phone sitting right here, and it's not acting right. Y'all just gonna have to bear with me, man. This son of a gun's getting on my damn effing nerves. Why won't that thing sit there? It's supposed to sit. I'm fitting to chunk this son of a gun in the trash. It's just gonna have to be where it's gonna be. Jesus Christ, man. Cheese and rice. What in the world is... Oh, no wonder. It's the damn vent. All right, let's do this. There we go. I'm going to call you the sand... Oh, yeah, Sandman. What color is going to be? Going to be black. Tell it to sit. Sit, damn it. Sit. Don't move. Yeah, so, yeah, I can't wait till that stuff gets here so I can go see John, or see John too, see David. I'm planning on going Saturday to see Bill. I'm planning on Saturday to go see Bill. If it don't rain. That's the plan anyway. Saturday. That's the plan. Hey, CCC still open? I didn't know they were still open. I lost my magnet that holds to my phone, that holds to that tripod. If I could find that daggone magnet, I could set my phone up on the tripod. Oh yeah, I should have a mask on. You don't mask? It's invisible. You see my invisible mask? I should have a mask on. You right? I should. I should. Yep, I should have a mask on. Woo! Yes, sir. What y'all want to talk about? Y'all got to give me something to talk about. Because it feels weird. I'm sitting here standing and everybody's just looking. It's like, might have performance issues or something. No, not really. Give me something. What y'all want to talk about? Give me a topic. Oh, yeah, I appreciate it, Paul. I had a mask on before I went live. I appreciate it. You right. You right. You right. But I get to talking, and then the mask don't go on. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So I appreciate it, Paul. I really do. How do you pull out dents? JG out of words. No, I'm not out of words. I need to know what y'all want to talk about, man. I can talk about we can talk about life. We can talk about physics. We can talk about why the Polaris star don't never move. We can talk about a frog over in Iceland or Greenland that freezes solid, and then when it unthaws, it comes back alive. When that's where they got the idea of cryogenics. We can talk about the ice melting in Antarctica and finding large statues in Antarctica and potentially another pyramid in Antarctica. We can talk about the dinosaur. We can talk about the dragon bones that they found in the United States. Man, we can talk about it, whatever you want to talk about. I'm going to practice on rust. Or you can sand from a distance with longer strokes without a mask. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever you want to talk about. How to pull a dent. Hey, we already talked about that, Tulu. I showed you how to pull it. I showed you how to pull a dent out of that fender. Yeah, they have found stuff under pyramids. Yeah, they've already done scans and found all kinds of stuff under pyramids. They were allegedly, educational purposes only, they were allegedly self-efficient and could generate their own electricity. Ray, we're not talking about Sex in the City. No, I don't watch that, Ray. I don't watch television. How did I know you had a giant list of stuff to talk about? I was just throwing something out there. I see a lot of guys doing. Oh, yeah. No problem. So we just got this dent out up here. I showed you how to block it and skim some body filler and block that. I can do another video on that if that's something. We can do that tomorrow, do a live on how to fix a dent. I put a dent in a fender with a hammer and then we can fix it. I can do that tomorrow, explaining your process to the people in there. So. I can do that, Tulu. Me and Tulu are going to get together and we're going to work on getting me a neon sign. I don't know what that is, Paul G. You can explain. All right, so my sanding process, so you want me to go, grease spot, you want me to go from bare metal all the way ready to paint? You want me to go that far back? How far you want me to go back, grease spot? If that's the case, if that's what y'all want to talk about, y'all okay? Did y'all fall down? Y'all okay? If that's what you want to talk about, I'll pull my phone right over here. I'll get this chair right here. I'll sit in front of this fan right here. I'll sit my big donkey ass right here in front of this fan. That probably wasn't a good idea. Oh yeah, that sign that Tulu got, man, that sun gun is fire. Let's see. The Bow Show. Are you a baseball fan? Yes and no. Who is my favorite player? My favorite player is Peyton Williams. My favorite player is Peyton Williams. He was drafted at 19 to Atlanta Braves. He pitched for the Atlanta Braves, and then he stayed with them for a pretty good while, and then he transferred to the New York Ducks, and he is the pitcher. He's one of the pitchers for the New York Ducks. That is my favorite baseball player, Peyton Williams. We got to do a reading session, a bundle of Billy's comments. Oh yeah. Yeah. So, oh yeah, that sign's bad at a bone. Where did Grease Spot Garage go? Yeah. Where did Grease Spot go? Grease Spot, how far you want me to go back, man? How far you want me to go back? If you never subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Ooh, that fan feels good on my weebles. Please hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you a dime. Just hit it. Man, we like 200 and some change from 4,000. Emmett, all the way back before primer. All right, so Elko chimed in. All right, so this is how I do it. Okay, so you have to strip it all the way to bare bones. You have to strip it all the way down to bare metal. Even if it's a brand new panel. So if it's a brand new fender, brand new hood, brand new tailgate, if it's a brand new panel I get my stuff from Automail Direct. So if you get it from Tri-City, guess what? It's still Automail Direct. They all come from the same place. But Automail Direct has better Q&A than the rest of it. Dynacore, Summit, Eastwood, LMC, all these body panels are made in Taiwan at one place. And then they have different regulations for different ones, right? So you can buy a fender from LMC and then buy a fender from Automail Direct. They're exactly the same fender, but the one from Automail Direct will fit better than the LMC. And the reason why is because Automail Direct is an authorized GM restoration part distributor. So they're going to have a little bit more attention to detail. Okay, that's that. Oh yeah, look. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, so yeah, that's right, TJ. It's completely free. And like TJ said the other day, and I think Carolina Big has said it, and Tulu and Cars in the Cut and Impala, it's free information, man. I'm dropping free information that I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get, and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours to get, and I'm giving it away free. All right. Yeah. LKQ, the best place to get bumper covers, LKQ, platinum certified, or so platinum certified is the top of the line if it's available, and then you have there's another one underneath it. I usually don't buy it. The ones that you buy on eBay that are wrapped up in plastic and they look like a box, and you gotta lay them out in the sun like a sneaky snake, like you got a light, and they're not good. They're not good because they don't have primer on them, and they're raw plastic. So when you get them, they're raw plastic, and then you go to try to spray something on them and it don't stick. And the reason why it don't stick is because it's got release agent on it, and you got to get the release agent off of it. And then you tried to save yourself 40 or 50 bucks for not getting a bumper cover that was pre-primed. Tried to save yourself $40 because you could get one that's raw plastic. You're going to spend hundreds of dollars and time trying to get it ready to spray. So if somebody brings me a bumper cover and they want me to spray it for their vehicle and it's not primed, I won't touch it. Won't touch it. Won't touch it. It has to be primed. It has to be primed. Yeah, that's my guy's Elko down there at Auto Metal Direct. So back to stripping panels. So strip the panel all the way to bare substrate, all the way to bare metal. Once you get it to bare metal, and you're like, why are you stripping it to bare metal? It's got that E-coat on it. Yeah, that's true. But I've seen rust under that E-coat where somebody touched it, barehanded, sweat dropped on it, whatever. Now, is everybody going to pay you to strip it? No. Does it say strip it in the book? No. In the book, it actually says all you got to do is wash it, and you don't even, and I got the book to prove it. I got the PPG manual to prove it. Now, if they've updated that article, I do not have the update. But I have an article over there in my handbook that says if you get something that is E-coated, I got the damn hiccups. If it's E-coated, all you have to do is wash it real good with a detergent for wax and grease remover and shoot epoxy on it. You can actually, or seal it and paint it. It says that in the manual. I'm not doing that because they say it has little bitty tiny pores where it will bite into it. You need to sand it. You need to wash it with some Scuff and Clean or Comic or Ajax or something and wash it. So I strip a panel down to bare bones, and then I use SX Metal Treat. I think they changed it to DX Metal Treat. It's through PPG. It's a metal treat solution. You put it on the panel, you rinse it off. Once you rinse it off, that turns it into a zinc phosphate coating. And then you go over and you put a 2K corrosion resistant epoxy. Not a 1K, not a high build, a 2K corrosion resistant epoxy. Not a DTM. A DTM is a hybrid. I'm talking about a true 2K corrosion resistant epoxy that has a catalyst in it. 2K. 1K stuff is junk. It's garbage. Garbage. It's garbage. Then what's up, big fish? So with that being said, once it's in high build or CRE, I use CRE 321. So I mix it 2 to 1.5, or excuse me, I mix it 2 to 1 to 1. I get my first coat on. That gives it coverage that seals everything. I let that flash off about 30 minutes, and then I mix it 2 to 1.5, and then I put about 4 or 5 coats on it, and then I leave it. Then I come back and I block it with 180. Even though it's a brand new fender, I block it with 180 and I work my way up. And usually if it didn't get damaged in shipping and I'm not doing gaps, I'm not cutting the gaps, I'm making them 3/16, you can just block it, get it good and blocked, water sand it with 400 or 500. If you're going to use water-based paint, you need to water sand it in 600. And then you seal it, you need to put sealer. Not a 1K sealer, a 2K sealer, like DAS, DAS, through PPG. They've changed it to Nextel or Nextel or some crap. They've changed the name. But you need to use a sealer, put 1 medium wet coat of sealer on it, go around, nib out any trash that's in it, blah, blah, blah. Then you go in there and you put your 3 coats of base. If you got any trash, nib out your base in between coats, and then put your final coat on there. Make sure you ain't got no trash or nothing in it. Nib it out if you got it. And then go in there, and if it's collision work, put 2 coats of clear on it and send it. If it's something a little bit nicer, put 3 coats on it and send it. If you're going to cut and buff it, use a high solid clear, like a European clear or something with high solids. Go in there and put about 4 or 5 coats of clear on it. Let it set for about a week or 2. Go in there, cut it open with like 1,000 or 1,200. Let it gas off for a few days, and then work your way up from 1,000 up to 3,000. You can stop at 3,000 because the products, the compounds have changed a lot over the years. If you're going to use a buffing compound, use a buffing compound that's non-petroleum based. And if you stop at 3,000, then you could probably polish it out. If it was a dark color like a burgundy or black or something like that, I would probably stop at 5,000 and then I would polish it. How to do? How to do? And that didn't cost $2,500. I gotta get some water, and that didn't cost $2,500. Yeah, and that didn't cost $2,500. So let's see. What's up, big fish? Yeah, I use urethane or most of everything I use is urethane. They do make some acrylic. They make some polyester style, like BSF is polyester based stuff. I use waterborne. I mean, it just depends on what I'm doing. Let's see. Right, my guy said 3K in materials. Yeah. So I mean, and I appreciate you, Elko. I mean, that's just like a quick. Let me get up and let me show you something. That's like a quick. I mean, hell, that's like a quick summary. I mean, I can get, and I tried to do this before on here, and it didn't take off, and I tried to do this, and people just don't want to learn. And I do paint classes here at my shop. I've done them in the past. I haven't done none in the last little bit because I just hadn't. But I mean, I got a textbook, right? That's my textbook. And then this is my restoration guide right here. I got to get out of that fan. This is my let me show you. Let me get my damn big donkey ass up. Just hold on one second. Y'all just bear with me. Y'all gotta live with me. Let me show you something. I got a textbook that I teach out of, and if you didn't know, I've been an instructor for a long time, right? I got a textbook with every bit of this in there, right? Okay. Then I have a PPG restoration guide, right? So this right here is what PPG teaches at their restoration program. I've been to it. It's in Orlando, Florida. I've been to it numerous times, right? It's the custom restoration guide. Standard operation procedures for custom builders and restoration. This is the restoration guide, right? And I'm going to tell you what I just told you a while ago about E-coats. And I just looked at this the other day. Now some of these numbers have changed. So this stuff is right here. See it? New parts, E-coat parts. Most original equipment manufacturer, OEM parts, come from the factory coated with an E-coat primer. E-coat stands for electrolysis disposed dipping coating. This part is dipped into a primer bath and the E-coat adheres to the part with the help of electronic process called E-coat. It is very durable and corrosion resistant. Coating, so it should not be removed from the part. Some aftermarket manufacturers use black shipping primer that sometimes is mistakenly for E-coat. It is not E-coat, it is black primer. To find out if it's black primer, take some solvent-based cleaner and wipe it. If you wipe it and it transfers onto there, it is not E-coat. There is 3 steps below to determine whether your part is E-coat or shipper primer. There's the coat right there. All right. So that's that. So then right there it says, to remove minor dents, do 500, 600 with a DA sander and an interface pad. Remove as little as the E-coat as possible. On the edges and the body line, hard to sand, recess areas, use a hand scuffing pad with an interface pad. If you break through the E-coat, epoxy. Right here it says, also note, on E-coat parts, it's not exposed to direct sunlight like the backside of the fender under the deck lid. It is not necessary to sand the E-coat before applying epoxy primer, but thoroughly cleaning the part with appropriate PPG cleaner, then apply epoxy primer. If I tell you something, it's because I know it. It's not because somebody on YouTube that has not ever touched a car told you something. I do this shit for a living. It is a hobby. I love it. I love my job. I do this for a living. I do this for a living. So if I tell you something, I got receipts to back it up. Now, I will say this. I need to go and check with my credentials. I need to email PPG I need to email them and say, hey, blah, 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 whatever. Do they have an updated version of this? And if they do, they'll send it to me and I'll print that son gun off. So this is what I was telling you. Let's see, did we lose it? So this is what I was telling you right here. Right? They've changed the numbers, right? Same product, different label. They've changed the numbers. But sealer, like DOS sealer, 3025, 3026, they've changed the numbers. But it's their sealer, their 2K sealer. And you can get it in Shopline, and there's nothing wrong with Shopline. Omnia, I'd stay away from Omnia. If you don't want to pay for Deltron prices, you can do Shopline. They make a Shopline Plus. You can use that, but stay away from Omnia. Omnia, if you're doing all overs, you can do Omnia paint, but spend good money on clear, okay? Because the clear is what's going to save you, right? If you buy, see, PPG owns a lot of companies, a lot. Do y'all think I need to end this live and start another live? Because we up to 104 minutes and most people ain't going to watch all this. Elko, TJ, do you think I need to kill this live, wait 5 minutes and start another live and talk about this book? What do you think? Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, boys and girls, go take a piss break, get you some popcorn, go drain the main thing, go do whatever you got to do. Let's see, it's 6:30. So in 5 minutes, I'll go back live. So 6:35 on the East Coast, I'll go live. I'll go grab me a water and another water, and then so give me about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back with the next one. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll go over this book, and I'll give you some free information. It ain't gonna cost you a dime, but I'd greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. So I remember what I said, boys and girls. Don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first at loose end drive. Peace, some chicken grease. I'm out. Lego.